ドジャースファンの皆さん、今日は熱い一戦でしたね。大谷選手、メッツ選手の活躍で、ドジャースがワールドシリーズまであと一歩に迫りました。大谷選手の先頭打者ホームランから始まり、チーム全体で10得点の大勝。山本由伸投手も好投でチームに貢献。この勢いのまま、明日こそワールドシリーズ進出を決めたいですね。今回はそんな熱い試合の振り返りと、大谷翔平選手への試合後インタビューを日本語翻訳してお送りします。ぜひ高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。
Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet. Dodgers, John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Oral Hershiser. The Dodgers are one win away from heading back to the World Series for the first time in 4 years. Second straight rout. Runs tonight. They've scored 30 runs in the first 4 games. That is the most in Dodgers postseason history through the first 4 games of a postseason series. Shohei Ohtani started with a homer, scored 4 runs in this game. Mookie Betts had 4 hits. Jerry homered as well, scored 3 runs from top to bottom. Just a great effort.
They knocked out their best pitcher, especially the second half. I mean, the bats, the quality of the bats really 1 through 9 was outstanding, grinding out at bats, passing the baton. And when they do that, have a lot of traffic on the field, they create chaos and a lot of runs scored. Great job by the offense. Outstanding job from the pitching side.
Yeah. Both halves of the team played very well. They didn't overuse the bullpen. Yamamoto did his job. He was back on his game, and they're 1 win away from going to the World Series. But their mindset has to be just win 1 more game.
And Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, table setters, their MVPs, those 2 guys are all at the top of the order tonight for the Dodgers. What we saw from them just getting on base. They scored 7 runs between the 2 of them. Mookie, a triple shy of a cycle. It was just incredible to watch those 2.
Yeah, the Guardians, the Mets, the Yankees are in trouble because these 2 are hot, and they could stay hot for a long time. You don't know how many games the Dodgers are going to play the rest of the way, but these 2 look locked in. They don't look like they're going to fall apart. And the rest of the lineup behind them, without Freddie Freeman tonight, doing the job. Tommy Edmonds has a multi-hit game. Kike Hernandez again has a multi-hit game, and a whole bunch of other guys. As far as the starters, 7 of the 9 starters all get hits.
You know what the great thing about it is? We talked about on the pregame show, in order to get Q, the starting pitcher for the Mets, who's done an incredible job, you have to get him on the plate. We saw what he did against the Brewers, what he did against the Phillies. He got them to chase out of the zone. Dodgers were not chasing out of zone. He had to come over that plate. Dodgers were able to put some runs on the board. And then led by, we talked about Shohei Ohtani. How about Mookie Betts? Outstanding at bats once again. Here, 1-0 pitch. This ball's on the plate. Able to barrel it up. Another pitch. They walk Ohtani. One of the very first pitches you see is a rocket down the left field corner, 2 RBIs. How about a breaking ball? Center cut. And Mookie, can't you see? All of them swings tonight hypnotized me. Outstanding at bats all night long from superstar Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Dodger offense was more consistent with not chasing, getting the ball up, hitting the soft stuff, and knowing that he's going to pitch a little bit backwards. He tried to use his fastball at times. And then, you know, when the Mets started to look like they were going to come back, they did the same thing. They were laying off the split. They were laying off the slider, but Yamamoto got back in the strike zone and shut him down.
Or you were saying earlier, Mookie Betts is hot. It's bad news for the rest of Major League Baseball if he's going to swing the bat like this the rest of October.
Yeah, and he's hitting it to the pull side, and he's hitting it to the opposite field. His last at bat, he didn't get greedy. His last hit, line drive to right field. That is a bad sign.
Listen, we all love the home runs. We love the rocket in the corner. You just made a great point. Lefty, it's a little bit down. He hits a rope the other way. You know what the other dugout's saying? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Seriously, because when he's hitting the ball the other way on a line, that means he's not getting greedy, taking what the pitcher is giving him and squaring everything up. That's fun to watch.
It was a bit of a different looking lineup for the Dodgers tonight. Freddie Freeman was not in there, and you had guys that had been the bottom third of the lineup with Tommy Edman. Kike Hernandez moved up to that 4-hole and the 5-hole tonight, and Jerry, both of those guys came through in a big way as well.
We've been saying it really all postseason long. It doesn't matter where you hit in the order in the postseason. Just continue having great at-bats. Sure, would we love to hit 4th all the time? Of course, Tommy would. But he doesn't change his approach. Here, 2-strike approach right there, shorten up, put the ball in play in the gap, huge RBI double. Now we start to roll. Outstanding job staying on this pitch. Breaking ball, center cut. Hits, gets the barrel out front, but able to keep it fair. Outstanding swing, great path. But again, remember, the reason why he's in the 4-hole, yes, we know he rakes from the right side, okay? But he also is a contact guy. And Kike Hernandez, doesn't matter, you hit him leadoff, third, fifth, ninth. I just want to be in the lineup. I'm going to produce. He's done producing so many times in the postseason.
You know, you say an offense is firing on all cylinders, and how you're firing on all cylinders is when you're passing the baton and you're forcing the opposing pitchers to throw you strikes, and then when they do, you barrel it up. And that's what this whole Dodger offense is doing. Teo doesn't get any hits today. Paz doesn't get any hits today, but everybody else contributed, and those guys had solid at-bats, too.
Ron Renicky was my manager with the Brewers. He's one of the advanced guys here with the Dodgers, does a great job. He came to a couple of us, hey, I'm gonna have you in the lineup here or there. Bro, we don't care. Put us in the lineup, 2nd, 7th, 9th. We don't care. All we care about is winning. And I tell you what, this Dodger team, same thing. There is no ego. They're checking their ego at the door. All they care about is wins. That is great to see.
Tommy Edman, cleanup hitter, du jour for the Dodgers. Couple of doubles tonight, knocked in 3 runs. Let's hear from him right now with Kirsten Watson.
Tommy, this team tonight had 12 hits, 10 runs. When you think about all of those at-bats, hits up and down the order, everyone got on base, success you guys had offensively, how do you describe just the performance you guys put out there today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously another great offensive performance today. We've been swinging it really well. You know, everybody's taking great at-bats. And I think these past few games have just kind of showed the depth of our lineup. You know, it's not just a couple of guys. Obviously the guys at the top are really good too, but, you know, we got a bunch of guys that can do some damage.
You told me ahead of the game that you felt that where your game is at right now is more like regular season play, but this is the NLCS. You have hits in all 4 of these games, 2 more tonight. When you think about that, just does this feel different right now for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the intensity is a little bit higher, you know, higher stakes, but I think the good thing for me is that my legs are relatively fresh to everybody else. You know, it's only played for a couple of months so far, and I feel like I've kind of hit my stride the last week or so, and, you know, hopefully I can continue this momentum and keep it rolling.
To be batting cleanup in this lineup, what does that mean to you, just the trust that Dave Roberts has and what you're doing at the plate offensively?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever hit cleanup before this year, actually. Even going back to Little League, high school, I'd hit like leadoff a second, but never cleanup. But, you know, it's been fun. I feel like both times I've hit cleanup, I've had good games. So, it's, you know, I still try not to treat it any different, you know, just try to get on base and have good at-bats throughout.
You guys are now 1 win away from the World Series. To be a part of this organization, to be doing it with this team, just how much excitement does that bring you?
Yeah, it's awesome. We're really excited to hopefully get back and get back to the World Series. You know, we've this organization I know has been really close. Obviously won it in 2020, but haven't made it back since then. So we're just playing hard and doing everything we can to get back.
All right, Tommy, congrats on this win and best of luck with this one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, it makes it easier to pitch when you get this kind of run support. Yoshinobu Yamamoto got the start in this game. Oral, he didn't make it through 5 innings. Dave Roberts pulled him out after 73 pitches. A couple of high-stress innings, but he also got a lot of swing and miss in this game.
He did. He had 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings in that solo shot. There was a little blemish, but big deal. He was making his pitches. You know, when he's up, he's hittable. But when he's at the knees, and then at the knees and below with the breaking stuff, you see the reach from the swing. But they have to start the bat because it's the fastball command that sets up all these windows for the slider and for the split. And he is locked in the same way he was in the outing in the do-or-die game in Game 5. This was Yamamoto at his best. Would they push him farther? Yeah, but the stakes are so high. Walker Buehler was throwing the ball really well, got taken out. Yamamoto's throwing the ball well, got taken out. But you know what? You've got an amazing bullpen that's very hot behind him. So Dave Roberts makes the move.
You got an amazing bullpen that's hot and it's rested. So these guys were rested. Evan Phillips was extended tonight. But again, Yamamoto threw the ball well. There were some stressful innings, and we also have to think we got to make sure we protect Yamamoto. Remember, he missed a lot of time this season, so you got to make sure, hey, we're looking beyond this series. We're looking at the World Series to make sure he continues to be fresh. And why not go to the bullpen? Now, if we had scored maybe 7 or 8 runs and it was an 8-2 lead in the 4th, maybe you let him burn for another inning, maybe 2. But at this point, he was max effort for 4 innings. Get Evan Phillips in, who hasn't pitched in a while, and he was outstanding as well. So, hey, great effort by Walker Buehler last night and Yamamoto.
One thing about this Mets team all season long, they have been the comeback team in all of baseball. In fact, they had more comeback wins than anybody else during the regular season. Dodgers put up 2 runs in the top of the 6th to go up 7-2. And all of a sudden, the Mets, you're thinking, oh, gosh, here they come, Jerry. It's going to be one of those comebacks. Load the bases with no outs. Dodgers get out of it.
This was an elite pitch, that 2-strike pitch to Iglesias. Here, we got a little fortunate here. Obviously, Nemo right there is not healthy. You got that. Could have been a sac fly. They don't want to take a gamble with a 5-run deficit. And here, got in on him enough. Great job, Blake Trinan, able to escape the jam. And that was, I believe, the huge moment. If you're the Mets, you got to score, I think, 3 runs that inning. Really get back into it, maybe make it 7-5. You have the bases loaded, nobody out. Get the crowd back in the game. They escaped with no damage done. Outstanding job by the bullpen once again.
Yeah, the Mets coming into this series were the comeback team, and they were the cardiac kids, and they got the long home runs in the late from Lindor. They get it from Alonso. But you know what? All of that scoring happened from the 8th inning on. Well, that wasn't the Dodger bullpen. This is a little different bullpen, and they're facing that bullpen not from the 8th inning on or the 7th inning on. You're facing that bullpen from the 5th inning on. And they're not seeing the same pitcher twice. They are seeing a different guy all the time. They're not getting the rhythm. They're not getting the spin. They're not understanding how they're being pitched to. And so they're in a place where comebacks are going to be very hard.
And here's the thing. We talked about it earlier. It's demoralizing to the defense when they're seeing their pitcher walk. You're seeing the Dodgers grind out at bats. Man, these guys are always on base, scoring runs. It's extra pressure, not only on defense, but as an offense when you get back in the dugout. Hey, man, they're always on base. I have a feeling when they're at 5 runs, 6, they might be scoring 8 or 9 runs because the way the bats they're taking. So you continue, as an offense from the Dodgers, put pressure not only on the defense, but also offensively. Like, man, the Dodgers keep coming, man. They keep coming at us, and that is demoralizing to the Mets.
In the regular season, remember how many games that we would sit here and go, I wish they could continue to score? I wish they would. They're doing it. They're doing it now. 10 runs, 8 runs, 8 runs, 9 runs. The only tight game that we won was the 2-0 game.
They need to do it 5 more times, though.
All right, let's head back to New York right now.
I mean, so many great players have played this game in the postseason. We see graphics of Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, obviously guys like Derek Jeter, Bernie Williams back in the day. Max Muncy is #1 on this list. And think about it, 12 consecutive plate appearances, reaching base, walk, hit, homer. I just love his approach, understanding the situation. Yes, it could be a big situation, but I'm not going to give in to the pitcher. I'm going to make sure I keep my strike zone, and if they throw something center cut, I am going to barrel it. So I love his makeup. I love his approach right now, and understanding where he's at, keeping the present. There's been a couple of questions. Hey, you guys are 1 win away from the World Series. Hey, I'm not thinking about that. We're thinking about 1 game tomorrow, period. And that's the mindset. You have to have that focus. Obviously, Max has it in the box, at the plate, and in interviews.
Yeah, this segment we're talking about Max Muncy. But there's mental gymnastics going on the whole team right now, and especially on the offense. And then you segue to the bullpen, and then you look at what the starters are doing. It is selfless baseball. I have never heard as much from this team of them saying it's the Dodger way to play baseball. That means they're all thinking about the team. I've never heard them say so much. We're all staying within ourselves. When you stay within yourselves, you are changing your priority list with every event in the game. Your priority list is team first. What does the team need right now? Not, I would like to hit a home run. I would like to hit the ball hard. I'm slumping. I'm going to overswing. I'm going to get emotional. No, there is such a mindset and a mental gymnastics on this team right now. It's almost robotic and cliche the way they talk about what they're trying to do.
You can see on the face of Quintana being so frustrated that the Dodgers had the perfect plan for him. If it was around the corner, they were going to take it. They weren't afraid to swing or get to 2 strikes. Again, we talked about on the pregame show, he wants to dangle that carrot, and if you start swinging at that carrot, he's going to expand the zone, and then the umpire will help him. But Dodgers backed him up, made him get on the plate, and he was out there, before the 5th inning?
Right.
It is so much work, and I know because I've faced some of those grinded-out teams where they just make you make pitch after pitch after pitch, and even when you get them out, you're still tired, and the next guy comes up there and do it. Usually there are weak spots in orders where guys give into at-bats, throw at-bats away, throw strikes away, miss the pitch in the middle of the plate. Our team right now, oh my gosh! I'm sorry I said our team because I love this team right now. They are amazing.
Shoulder for the city, MVP. Get out. This is
still kind of hurts, Sherry. It still kind of hurts.
31 walks. You talk about it's a whole team mentality right now that they're willing to pass the baton to the next guy.
Yep.
But the 31 walks, a major league record for the league championship series through 4 games.
MLB record, not just Dodger record.
Right.
MLB record.
in the league championship series. Shohei Ohtani, he had 3 of those walks tonight, as well as a home run. Right now, he's talking with the media.
Shohei, you said a couple of days ago here that you didn't think you were so much like chasing bad pitches as much as you were just missing pitches in the zone. I was just kind of wondering in the last couple of days here, what did you do to kind of make sure you wouldn't miss that pitch when it came today?
Approach は特には変えてないですね。シンプルに今までやってきたことを継続してますし、場面によって多少変えるときはありますけど、基本的にはやりたいことは変えないので、それが比較的今日はいい打席が多かったかなと思います。
I haven't changed my approach in general. I've been able to kind of stick to the same approach that I have with the different situations. I might change a little bit here and there, but overall it's been the same approach.
Next question. 1 on the left, first row.
What have you kind of learned in the postseason? Just kind of given how small sample size are kind of magnified. Obviously, a couple of days ago we were talking about your splits, and then obviously today, leading off the game with a home run.
打席数がまだ少ないですけども、走者がいる時といない時の成績とか何か感じるところはありますか？
さっきも言いましたけど基本的にやることは変わらないので、それが1打席目でも、最後の打席でも基本的にはしっかりと集中して自分でやることに努めたいなとは思ってます。それがスコアリングポジションにランナーがいてもいなくてもまずそこが一番大事かなとは思います。
The focus has been pretty much the same regardless of the situation, if there's runners on or not, trying to stick to the same plan, same approach.
You've seen how hard Mookie has kind of worked over the last couple of days. What has it been like to see him get a couple of results here tonight?
最近この数試合活躍してますけども、全体的にどう思いますか？
もうただただ楽しいですね。塁上から常に、状態が良さそうですし、彼が、打ったらもう得点する準備を、僕自身は一塁からでも二塁からでも常にヒットを打ったら、ホームに帰るつもりで、努めたいなと思ってます。
It's been fun being able to see him, perform really well. Obviously, being in a situation where I'm on base, and so he looks really good and locked in. My job at that point is to make sure that I score on anything that Mookie really hits.
Next question. I'm gonna go to Barry.
Joey, you're 1 win away from the World Series. Is there any anticipation of that? What do you think about getting to that level and playing with other stars in the World Series?
あと1勝でワールドシリーズになりますけども、そのワールドシリーズの舞台に立てる、もしかして立てるっていう可能性とか、いろんなスターに囲まれて野球ができるとか、何か感想とかありますか？
敵地で昨日今日といい野球ができていると思うので、それをまずはしっかりと継続して明日につなげたいですし、明日しっかりとまず決めるという気持ちを持って全員で頑張りたいなと思ってます。
最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。今日のドジャース戦いかがでしたか？チーム全体の素晴らしい連携と個々の選手の活躍が光る試合でしたね。ポストシーズンの熱気がますます高まってきています。次の試合も目が離せませんよ。引き続きドジャースの躍進に注目です。